Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for coming to participate in our GuanYin Dharma Assembly. Let's see. As I was doing the ceremony, a lot of things crossed my mind. I realized I've been so busy that I wish I could simply have the time to concentrate on reciting or doing the ceremony alone. But it's so many things that need to be taken care of. And I don't know what happened, but today's ceremony lacks energy. Okay, it's like so tentative, so unsure, and I was disappointed because it's a big deal for us to be able to do the GuanYin Dharma Assembly together. I wish we could have been better prepared. We could have been a little bit better, only because my standards are quite higher than most monks and nuns. We, as a organization, our emphasis has always been to build up your kung fu first, your samadhi power first. And once you have samadhi power, then you can learn worldly skills. That's exactly the opposite way that most temples would do. Most temples would expect the monks and nuns or you to learn the ceremonies and the skills, and then maybe eventually over time the samadhi power will develop. But for me, it's just too slow. If we focus on developing samadhi, actually it works out better. More of you will make it than not. So again, I'm a little disappointed that the ceremony was done not as well. So you can tell by the lack of energy and the lack of enthusiasm. That's unfortunate. I apologize. Okay, I'm not just happy. In the future, I hope that the Weino and the Dazhong, the Yuezhong people would make it a practice to meditate 2 hours before they start the ceremony, because to me the energy level is just not there. If we do it right, then it helps you generate a lot more blessings than otherwise. And so we should take that responsibility very, very seriously. Okay. Instead of just like, I have to do the ceremony. It should be the mindset where, golly, I have a chance to do ceremony. I have the chance to create more blessings for myself and help a lot of people generate even more blessings. Okay. So it's my inadequacy in teaching my students. I apologize. Also today, we are one of our new recruits, Xian En. She's a novice, so there's no need to call her venerable. Okay, in our world, novice is really nobody. So to call her venerable is really not appropriate. Keep that in mind. Okay, she's just Xian En. Okay, Xian En Shi. Okay. Or Xian Shakya, whatever. But there's no need to call her venerable, because venerable here in Buddhism means that you need to have a certain level of virtues. When you're a novice, you really don't have any virtues. You don't have any worthwhile virtues yet. You have to prove yourself. Okay. Stop calling the novices venerable. There's no need for that, because when you do that, they lose blessings. when they call them inappropriately, they actually suffer blessings, losses. So let's stop making that mistake. Okay. So today, this is the last Sunday, appropriately, also a Dharma assembly for GuanYin. That Senon right there, who's from Korea, has been here, believe it or not, 3 months already. So she's on her way back to Jewel Mountain Temple next Tuesday, this Tuesday, okay, in a couple of days. So I thought I would take this chance to have her say goodbye, and for us to say goodbye to her. Oh, by the way, you guys, can you guys do Puman Pin over there in Korea? No translation machines.
네, 매주 수요일 본문품하고요. 화요일, 목요일은 대비참하고 그렇습니다. 그건 저 잘 모릅니다.
Master, I'm not sure if they do the GuanYin Universal Chapter ceremony in Korea, but in Jewel Mountain Temple we do it on Wednesday.
We do what?
Jewel Mountain Temple, we do regularly do it on Wednesdays.
Do what?
The Universal Chapter ceremony.
In Korean or in Chinese?
한국말로 합니다.
In Korean.
Okay. Very good. I was just curious. Thank you. So anyway, you've been here for 3 months now, and they went by so fast, and I wonder, I hate to see you go back so soon, okay? But would you like to share with us your experience here at Way Mountain Temple? This is the first time she came back she came here once already as a lay person, and then now she's back for the first time as a novice left form person. So any difference?
먼저 영아 마스터께 감사의 삼배를 드린 후에 말씀드리겠습니다.
I would like to do the 3 bows for Master YongHua with a gratitude. Don't sit like that, too Japanese. We're not Japanese.
그리고 산호세에 계신 모든 분들께도 감사드립니다.
Thank you. I also thank you for all the people in San Jose.
So, what's your? You feel any different now that you shave your head and you came back here?
네, 다릅니다.
Master, it is different.
Okay. So, did you learn anything coming back this time?
지금은 그냥 멍해가지고 생각이 안 나는데요. 일단 가장 큰 거는 그냥 감사합니다. 모든 게 감사드리고요. 그 다음에 제가자로 사는 것과 출가자로 사는 것은 완전히 다르다는 것을 생각하고 있습니다. 알게 되었습니다. 그리고 영아 마스터를 비롯해서 먼저 출가하신 이곳 스님들의 모습이 제가 헤아릴 수 없을 정도의 삶을 살고 계시는 것을 보았습니다.
First thing, I'd like to thank for everyone. The next thing is I saw total difference between living as a lay person, also living as a left-home person. And Master and then all other venerables, I looked at their way of life and I understood that how difficult for me to follow their footsteps.
그리고 이제 제가 출가를 하게 되어서 출가를 했으니 저도 온전한 출가자의 삶을 살아야겠다는 생각을 하게 되었습니다.
Now, I finally left home. I realized that I should live the proper life as a lay person, a proper life as a left-home person.
제가 2019년도 이산사에 왔을 때 뭐를 알게 되었냐면 이곳 이산사에서 영아 마스터께서는 정법을 펼치고 계시는구나. 그걸 가장 먼저 알게 되었습니다. 제가 불교에 입문한 지 얼마 안 돼서 그런 걸 잘 모르는데 그냥 이산사에 와서 한 3일쯤 됐을 때 이곳에서는 진짜 부처님의 정법이 펼쳐지고 있구나 하는 것을 법문 시간에 그냥 저절로 알게 되었습니다. 그래서 그때 어떤 식으로든 영아 마스터께서 하시는 일에 작은 도움이 되고 싶다라는 생각이 들었고 그 다음에 이곳에서는 불보살님들께서 어떤 일을 하고 계시다는 것도 알게 되었습니다. 그리고 그때 제가 생각지도 못한 많은 것들을 알게 되었고 그 다음에 그 조사에 의해서 전해지는 법들이 우리 일반 사람들이 생각할 수 없는 또 다른 무엇인가가 있다는 것을 그때 알게 되었습니다.
First thing, when I arrived in Way Mountain Temple in year 2019, what I learned was that first thing, Master was teaching a proper Dharma. And at the time, I'm new to Buddhism. But after 3 days, I arrived at Way Mountain Temple. And during the lecture time, I was able to realize there is a proper Dharma here. And then I also thought that I should help Master, although my help is inadequate. And also I learned that Buddhas and Bodhisattvas doing special works here. And I learned many things I could not imagine before. Also the Dharma coming from patriarchs. There's also something that I could not understand before.
You learned that much the first time? Wow, impressive.
그리고 제가 한 4년 전부터 저도 모르게 남은 생은 스님이 되고 싶다는 생각을 어느 순간부터 아주 강하게 하게 되었는데 제가 나이가 많아서 한국에서는 출가를 할 수 없었습니다. 그래서 출가 하고 싶다는 생각만 하고 있었지 출가를 해야겠다는 구체적인 생각을 해보거나 계획을 세워본 적이 없었는데 2019년도에 왔었을 때 영아 마스터 하께서 이렇게 면담을 해주셔서 그때 하고 싶은 말이 있으면 해보라고 말씀을 해주셔서 그냥 제가 아무 생각 없이 스님이 되고 싶습니다 라고 한마디 말씀드렸는데 이렇게 생각지도 않게 제가 이 나이에 이렇게 영아 마스터 제자가 되었습니다.
Also, about 3 or 4 years ago, it was just my own thought, and I had a thought that I wanted to spend rest of my life and want to be a nun, but it was impossible to do it in Korea because of my old age. And I thought about it, but never really planned in detail because of those reasons. When I arrived here in Way Mountain Temple 2019, I was able to consult with Master. And Master told me to say anything that was in mind. And I told him right away, I don't know what's the reason, but I say I want to be a nun. And I knew that at this age it might be an impossible task, but finally, I became a master, disciple of master.
일단 저를 제자로 받아주셔서 정말 감사드립니다. 그리고 2019년도에 영아 마스터와 다른 스님분들께서 한국에 오셔서 성륜사에서 불칠 선치를 했을 때 제가 거기에 참석을 했었는데 제가 어떻게 해야 될지 모르는 문제들이 몇 개가 있었는데 2019년도 이산사 겨울 선출에 와서 그 구체적인 방법은 알 수 없었지만은 제가 안고 있는 문제들, 제가 알 수 없는 문제들을 어떻게 하면은 이것이 해결이 될까 하고 그 생각 끝에 일단 수행을 꾸준히 하다 보면은 그런 문제들이 어느 순간 해결되지 않을까 하는 생각이 들었고, 지금도 제가 이렇게 여러 가지 갈등이 있고, 그 다음에 제가 아직 이제 출가한 지 5개월 되었는데 아직 제가 잘 안 되는 여러 가지 문제들도 역시 꾸준히 포기하지 않고 수행을 꾸준히 하면은 어느 시기에는 제가 좀 더 자유로워지고 많은 사람들에게도 더 편안한 모습으로 더 따뜻한 모습으로 대할 수 있지 않을까 그렇게 생각하고 있습니다.
So I remember in 2019, Master came to Korea, and I attended Cheese and Sangnyeonsa. And at the time, I had many problems in my mind and could not solve those problems. In 2019 winter Chanchi in Wei Mountain Temple, I didn't have any detailed method of resolving these problems, but I was wondering how can I solve these problems. And then I thought about consistent cultivation will help to resolve these problems. Now I have still a lot of thoughts are crossing in my mind, and also I left home only for 5 months. Yet, I still have a lot of problems that I need to work on. What I thought is I should not give up. And one day, if I continue to cultivate, I become more free. And then being able to be more peaceful and then meet with the people with more warm heart.
들리세요? 갑작스럽게 이렇게 그 경험을 이야기해 보라고 하셔서 어떤 말부터 해야 될지 정리가 안 되는데요. 제가 자세히는 모르지만은 저희들이 생각하고 있는 것보다 더 영하 마스터께서는 더 이렇게 깊고 크신 수행력을 가지신 보기 드문 선지식이라는 것이 제가 그런 게 강하게 느껴집니다. 그래서 마스터께서 지시하시는 대로 잘 따를 수 있기를 정말 바라고요. 그 다음에 마스터께서 하시고자 하시는 일들이 큰 장애 없이 정말로 온 세상에 펼쳐지기를 간절히 바랍니다. 그리고 영아 마스터를 뵙거나 그 다음에 법문을 듣거나 함께 한 자리에 앉아 있을 수 있다는 것만으로도 아주 큰 복이라는 것을 알게 되었습니다.
I'm sorry, Master, you suddenly asked me to share my experience, and I'm sorry, I'm not really prepared, and my thoughts are disorganized. I don't know what to say. I really don't know well, but what I learned was you're rare, hard to find good knowing advisor with deeper cultivation skills than what people really know about it. And I strongly feel this way, that you are a rare good knowing advisors that we could find. Master's directions that you give it to us, I hope to follow all of them. And also Master's great work that you're doing here, I wish there's no obstructions and you'll be able to spread your Dharma to the world. Meeting with the Master, listening to his lecture in the same place, I realized that this is the biggest blessings that I experience.
그리고 이전에는 제가 할 수 없다고 이런 거는 저는 나는 못해. 나는 2시간 이상 앉기 힘들어. 결과부적으로 2시간 이상 앉기 힘들어. 잠을 안 자고 버틸 수 없어. 그렇게 생각을 했었는데 우리는 그런 것을 할 수 없다고 생각하지만은 어떤 힘에 의해서 그런 것들이 아무 문제 없이 하게 될 수 있다는 것도 알게 되었습니다.
Before, there are the things that I said I cannot do it. For example, I can't sit. I can't sit more than 2 hours with full lotus position. I can't sit sleep. But I realized there's a certain power makes me to do those things.
How long did you sit the last time? I heard something like over 20 hours.
네.
네?
네.
네. So it says no. Oh, very good. Very
Yes.
good. That's excellent. Okay. I will help you a little bit. I must admit to all of you, when I asked, I wanted to ask you to say a few things. I was, based on past experience, I was expecting 3 sentences. Now it's been 15 minutes. What happened to you?
제가 경험한 게 너무 많아서 무엇부터 말씀을 드려야 할지 엄청 많아요. 정말 엄청 많아요. 근데 이렇게 생각나는 대로 제 말씀을 드렸습니다. 감사합니다. Thank you, Master.
Very good.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, so the rest of you, you only have a couple of days left to be nice to her and leave her a good impression of us Americanos. Okay, so that's one of my purposes. You're doing just fine. I will talk to you a little bit later privately. I teach you how. In our world, very simple. We're very busy, have a lot of work to do. In order to do the work, we need to have the strength and hopefully the skills. How well we do depends on how skilled you are. But the first thing you need to develop is the strength. So as you were talking, I felt that you should be able to make it to develop some good samadhi power. I will teach you how to do it later. Okay? We can't wait. You don't have much time left. Unlike my late Chinese master, he had a lot of talented and many good people, superior people. I'm not as lucky, so I make do. We have to develop with what we have. So will have to help you develop samadhi very quickly so that you are healthier and you have more stamina in order to lead a more rewarding and more fun life as a left-form person. I will promise you that. Okay? So, you get there. Don't worry. All right. Anyone else would like to say anything to her in public? Huh? No? No compassion whatsoever. Look at her. She sits like the Japanese style. Okay? Something you learn. Okay? Don't do that. We are full lotus people, so that's Zen. Yuck. Seriously? We don't do Zen. Okay? We don't teach Zen. So we don't sit on our knees like Zen. Yuck. Okay? You should know better that when we sit in half lotus, we sit in full lotus if we can. Okay? But no Zen stuff. All right. Anyone else would like to say anything to her? Huh? Okay. Anyway, so it's a lot of. I don't have anything significant and important to tell you today, except that I'm very happy to see that she changed a lot. Since Xianan came 3 months ago, she learned quite a bit. She couldn't really put a finger on what she learned, but she changed a lot, became talkative, had more stamina. When she first came, she didn't have much stamina. Now she can work, she can keep up with the schedule. And so I'm pleased, and that health will keep on improving. Okay? But I'm happy that she's here, and I'm very pleased that you all very kind to her and very supportive of her, very tolerant of her. So I appreciate that. I don't want you to ever treat newcomers with a disdain eye and feeling you're better than them, and you are better than her. She happened to be the lowest level that I have right now. No, there's a lower one in Korea right now, but that will change. And that won't last long. We don't have a lot of people, so all our people have to develop samadhi power very quickly. Okay, you've been very kind to her. You've been very helpful to her, and let her give her space to adjust and so forth. So you did a good job. Thank you all for that. Yes, sir. There's a question here. Number 5.
Hello. Oh, thank you, Master. So I went to the Go Forest Temple for a few weeks, and before I left, every time I look at Xuan Shi, it looks like everybody owes her money. That's her facial expression.
She always what?
Her facial expression looks like everybody owes her money to me.
Always what?
Owes her money. She was not smiling at all. And
that's Korean. That's typical.
Oh, okay.
The Koreans don't smile.
But then when I came back,
they're so used to suffering. They expect to be beaten up, abused, yelled at. Right? Yes.
When I came back yesterday, I saw her talking to Wang Tek Sunim, and she's smiling, and her smile is beautiful. So I think something changed in her, and she's becoming more happy.
Is that true? No, cannot be true. That's too fast. People don't go from unhappy, abused, feeling abused and rejected to happy in 3 months. That's not possible. You put on a facade, that's it, must be it. Very good. Okay, the floodgates open. Let's let her have it. Number 1.
네, 현은 스님께서 3개월, 저보다 한 달 먼저 오셔서 3개월을 계셨는데 고생도 많이 하셨고 또 수행에 성과가 있으신 걸 축하드린다고 말씀드리고 싶습니다. 그리고 현은 스님께 감사드리고 죄송하다는 말씀도 같이 드리고 싶습니다.
Venerable arrived here 1 month ahead of me, and I understand she went through a lot of suffering. And I like to congratulate her for improvement of her cultivation, and I like to also apologize to her.
What did you do?
추가로 더 말씀을 드리면 저의 좀 사악한 면을 많이 더 보게 됐던 시간들이었던 것 같습니다. 겉으로는 친절하고 예의 바른 척했지만 제가 탐탁치 않고 못마땅한 것에 대해서 수동 공격을 많이 했던 것 같습니다. 그 부분에 대해서 사과드립니다.
I'd like to add additional explanations. I think I showed my evil part, and also I pretended like I wasn't, but I had the dissatisfactions and all that negative thoughts, and I'd like to apologize for those things.
That's it? Okay, so you heard it from the evil concubine. Okay, anyone else who would like to say something? Yes, A Hong. Still don't have enough microphones?
안녕히계세요. I hope you come back.
Come again?
안녕히계세요. Like, I'm saying.
Is that Korean you just said? Or?
Just Korean.
Oh, okay. You know what he means.
May I interject, Master? He said goodbye, but that's for the someone who's staying here and he's leaving.
안녕히 가세요. That's what he said, right? And that's wrong. But 계세요, right? He said 안녕히 계세요. No?
He said 안녕히 계세요.
계세요.
She said
Yeah.
안녕히 가세요.
가세요, yeah. Okay. You should have said 가세요, not 계세요. You Vietnamese, you. Very good, very good. So, anyone else? Okay. So you go back Tuesday, and then around September, I probably go to Korea too. I'm very pleased with the Koreans who've been cultivating in Ju Mountain Temple. Master Z and CNA has been doing a good job over there, and so in spite of the pandemic, I'm gonna take the chance and try to go there by September because we have work to do. They been working very hard. It's time for them to receive further training, all of them. So I'll be there, and then so I see you again, and I see her again in September. Gives us some time to prepare for it. There's a pandemic going on right now in Korea, and hopefully we get better with God's help. We have work to do, so I'll be there to do a 4-chi with 3 weeks of chan-chi, so it will take about 4 weeks, and then after that, possibly go to other places to share our Dharma, and hopefully, I'm hoping to really be able to find a permanent place. The one we have right now is on lease, so we can be there for a good number of years. It's a very good lease, so we're in no hurry, we're in no pressure at all. But I'm hoping to find a permanent place in Korea. Okay, something about this size. Okay, because my plans are to share with you, hopefully turn Korea into the anchor for our Buddhism in Asia, because it's too far for Asians to come to the US. So we need an alternate place in Korea, in Asia. And Korea, the Koreans are ready. The Koreans have very good roots. They have Mahayana roots waiting to sprout, and that's why I'm very encouraged by their progress so far and their response to the Dharma. They have affinities with our Dharma, a lot of affinities. So that's why we probably will try to expand in Korea, hopefully this year. Okay? So we'll see you soon. Okay. Anyway, time is up, so let's take a short break and come back and do the lunch offering. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. Is there any more ceremony after the lecture, or like a refuge, or no, we don't? We have a 3 refuge ceremony today. Is there? Okay. Someone should make such announcements. Okay. I'm getting old and I don't remember all those things anymore. I came this morning and I discovered there's a GuanYin Dharma assembly. No one tells me anything in this temple. I'm always the last one to know. Okay, thank you, everyone. So 3 refuge at around 3 o'clock, right? All right, thank you.
I don't know. No color. 3 refuge ceremony will be at 4 p.m. today.